Hello and welcome back to the channel to discuss all things aviation. Angelo TV here welcoming you back. Today we're talking about this little gadget that I bought. It's supposed to be an action camera. It claims to be HD. It claims to give me a resolution of 1080. So this little gadget we'll be looking at today is supposed to supplement my other action camera, which is the Rolei. I know many people go for a GoPro, but when it comes to these action camera types, I prefer to go outside the mold a little bit and just go for something that may not be that popular in some circles. So the Rolei, I bought it in Switzerland, Geneva. I just wanted to test out this particular brand, and honestly up to now it has captured very good quality 4K. You know, that's what I can capture with this camera when flying, but it was costly, and because it was costly, I value it so much, and I can't, for instance, strap this to the wing when I fly, or strap it to the tail, or you know, outside the aircraft, because I value it so much. So that is why I then decided to buy, you know, this action cam that we're looking at today. It was extremely affordable, extremely affordable. Actually, when I bought it, I was doubting whether it would work at all. So you can see some of the claims of this camera is that it can do 70 minutes of shooting time. It has a slot for a micro SD card up to 32 gigabytes. It does take HD videos. It claims to do that. We're gonna see whether it does exactly do that. And it claims that the highest resolution is 1080p. Well, the battery is detachable, which is quite good. You can charge it and detach the battery whenever you need to replace that. You can replace it. It's a very lightweight camera. Honestly, it weighs in at 58 grams with the battery in. It is waterproof, as you can see. It came in with a waterproof case, which was very difficult to remove from the shop. It was in the case already in the shop, and I asked the guys to remove it. It was extremely difficult. I couldn't remove it myself, so I'm actually scared of taking it back into the case. But I won't be shooting underwater anytime soon, so that's quite good. And this is what the camera looks like itself. You know, it has HD written in front. So that's the on button there, that's the lens there, and the shooting buttons on top there with the little screen. Let's switch it on and see. Coming on there. Sports camera, that's the name. There's no SD card inserted right now. 1080p there, it has it there. Battery life is still good. It'll give us 70 minutes of battery life. It has an SD card slot and a charging slot right there. Other than that, there's nothing much about this camera except the little holding thingies for holding it up and screwing it into place. Those are standard. What I liked was this one. For strapping it, you could strap it around any strut that you can find on the body of an aircraft, tied down with this little stretchable belt here, or you could actually screw it in using these little screws here. You know, put this around a tubular or an oval extrusion on the aircraft, and then mount your camera there, and you'll be good to go. So yeah, basically it's just that. These are the little elements that came with it, the usual stuff really. But what I liked was the belt, to strap it next to the, you know, on the struts or whatever. I find a good, you know, fixing place on the body of the aircraft. Like I said, it is a very cheap camera. You know, in South African rands, it was retailing at 200 rands. So it was one of those impulsive, you know, buying moments. I just grabbed it. It was at China City at the China Mall. It looked rather cheap, and indeed it was cheap. I don't know what the resolution will give me. It claims to have 1080, but I don't quite trust it. But it's the one camera I can sacrifice. It's the one camera I can, you know, risk. I can take risks with this camera. I can put it outside the aircraft, and if it falls off mid-flight, then I won't really be bothered that much, because I mean it's only 200 rand. It's not like the Rolei, which cost me lots and lots of money. and yeah, so I could use the Role for the inside shots and use the what is it called, Sports HD. It has no name, it's just called the Sports HD. I can use that outside, and hopefully I'll get the resolution I need for footage that I collect when flying. So this was the footage of the Role camera, the other action camera that I have. Looks like it's 4K quality, you can see for yourselves. It's the much more expensive camera that I have, and that's why I had to go and buy the Chinese one, because I didn't want to sacrifice this. I didn't want to risk this particular camera. It's best for me to place it within the cockpit. I don't trust, the strappings that I would use to strap it outside the cockpit, because if I lose this, it's a huge investment. I'd rather just sacrifice the Chinese one. You will see the footage of the Chinese camera right now, and you'll decide for yourself whether you really want to go with this 4K camera or the Chinese one and its claim to offering HD quality at 10p resolution. So this was the footage of the Chinese camera. It looks like that's what they call 1080. You can tell, obviously, this is not the best camera in the market. No wonder it was 200 rands. But yeah, the beauty of it all is that this is the type of camera you can sacrifice. You can strap it by the nose wheel, and it will capture your touchdowns and your takeoffs, or you can strap it towards the tail and have it take the underbelly of the aircraft, and yeah, you can see the runway approach and stuff like that. So if anything goes wrong, you'd rather just lose this type of camera. It's rather cheap, but quality-wise, it's a compromise. Well, what is left now is to actually test that little gadget by pinning it to a moving aircraft and taking off with it and landing with it and checking out whether it can really offer the visuals that one needs to capture whilst flying. I hope this is an informative video, and if it was, please do click the like button below and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you for sharing this channel, for subscribing, for urging others to subscribe as well, and for supporting through and through. Your comments are also highly welcomed. We appreciate that. Keep them coming. We really love to hear from you guys, and thank you for the support. The channel is growing because you guys are supporting it. Well, until next time, Angelo Dube here, signing out, saying cheers.